If we were making a list of priorities for the company, the word at the top of the list would be creativity. That's something we like to see in every game that we make and everything that we do, whether it's our business or, I don't want to say creative finances. That probably sounds bad.
A game shouldn't just be one person's vision. There's always going to be something in like a Double Fine project that will appeal to like a very wide variety of people because we have such a wide variety of people making that content here. That's just what makes our game special.
Double Fine games, they feel like they're made by humans. That's something that I think leads to a unique feeling in our games.
Thinking outside of the box, access to a counterculture you may not necessarily see in games. People come to Double Fine to play games that are different and unique.
I started the company because I had an idea for a game, Psychonauts. It struck me at a certain point that the game had been doing my ideas for 10 years, and there were so many creative people at the company. How do we get everybody's ideas to the forefront? So we took a break during Brutal Legend, and we split the whole company, 60 people, into 4 smaller teams, which seemed crazy at the time. Like, first of all, we're gonna stop working on this game, which is, it's not like it's ahead of schedule. We're gonna make a game in 2 weeks. That sounds crazy. But out of it came these amazing little game demos. And we liked it so much we did it again in a year or so, and it was amazing.
Amnesia Fortnight, we kind of come together and pitch new ideas for these 2-week prototypes.
Another part of fostering creativity is trying new disciplines. There's a lot of people who have done 3D modeling who want to try concept art, but it doesn't really fit our game production schedule to like switch people out of their discipline all the time. But during Amnesia Fortnight, we always say everybody can try anything else they want to try. It just gives someone a chance to figure out, wow, that is what I really like to do. Or else, whew, I am so glad I don't do that for a living, because that was hard.
It's scary but fun at the same time, because you're learning a new skill. It helps you understand other people at the studio at a deeper level, because you're sort of being in their shoes, you know? It
can be a lot of pressure, but I think overall, I don't think anyone would get rid of it here if you asked them. Did you ask them? Ask them if they want to get rid of it. That's one of your questions. Should we stop it? Because I think they'd say no.
Amnesia Fortnight opens up a sphere of voices that we wouldn't normally hear from.
If you're in the studio, you can pitch. We've even had people from outside of the studio come in and pitch games before.
Everyone gets to participate, and everybody's ideas are important, but the really strong ones bubble up to the top, and you get to realize them.
Kaiju Pile Driver is a Godzilla-inspired roguelike action game where you control a giant rubber-suited monster destroying corporate cities.
A special helmet allows you to launch his head from his body, fly it around, land into, and take control of the robot bodies of enemy forces.
A dim sum dining experience simulator called Dumb Sim.
An immersion narrative game where you play a despotic ruler guiding the future of a post-revolution republic.
Gone Astray is a 3D action-adventure game where you play a house cat exploring the outside world.
I was part of a documentary team called Two Player Productions, and in 2012, we partnered with Double Fine on a Kickstarter project to fund not just a video game that they were going to make, but a documentary that we were making about how they make that game. Tim came to us and was just like, you guys can pitch ideas too if you want to, because they were taking ideas from anybody who worked here.
Come here. This way, Asif. Yeah, this side. This side. See that? Look at that. Right there. Look at that. See that?
I was like, I'm going to do it this year. I have no experience developing games at all, and it was already nerve-wracking enough to pitch to these people who we had been observing for so long. I pitched just thinking that I wasn't going to get picked.
It goes to a vote. The studio as a whole will pick one, and then Tim will usually pick one. The public has voted on him before.
The pitch that I went with was called The Gods Must Be Hungry, and that is a cooking game, but it's also an action platformer. So the whole time you're doing this, there is a god moving through the town, and you're trying to get all of your stuff together and get to the arena before he does. I'll be honest, I don't really know exactly what I need, just because I have not done this before, ever. That's the one that ended up getting picked that year.
And the final one, oh, this can't be right. This breaks a lot of rules. The Gods Must Be Hungry, Asif Siddiqui. Holy cow!
The first thing that hits you, I think, is just immediate terror.
It's like 90% joy, 10% terror.
Holy crap, that sounds really intense and awesome, but extremely terrifying.
Everything's great, oh my God, this is terrible, I'm the worst creative person ever.
The people who run the projects, go from terror to absolute panic. Which is worse, terror or panic? Anyway, they go back and forth in between this.
Then it's madness for 2 weeks.
We're given the list shortly before those teams are announced, and then we stand there and everyone else is on one side of the room and all the leads are over on the other side, and we just call people out one at a time, and the teams sort of like clump together and then immediately break and start talking about what they're gonna do that day.
We, as a team, figure out how much we can get done.
Every decision matters, and it's not so much that days matters, it's that hours matter, and the decisions you make within those hours all add up. So that's why it's intense.
I guess the biggest takeaway for me, I had this intense pressure that I was putting on myself to like have immediate answers to every single question. What I learned over the process was that once any project starts, like, it is not your idea anymore, it belongs to the group, and you just have to trust that you will arrive at solutions together, and it's not on you to like be the sole decision maker for every single step of the way. Ding! You sold it. Oh my God, all right. That's how that's getting there.
Wait, is it it?
Yeah.
Pencils down, deadline, everyone stops working, we lock the servers, can't put anything else on there. Then we'll have a gameplay festival.
Yes! Yes!
And we'll all run back to our desks and we'll all play it and we'll come back and then we'll talk about it. And then the next game is announced and then we all run back to our desks and we'll have a day-long festival where we play the games for an hour or so and talk about them all. And that's a really exciting event.
Awesome. Well, here, look, you did it. You made a game.
Yeah,
right?
We made a game.
Oh, we'll
with
see.
An amazing team.
Maybe.
It's a game.
All right.
It's a beautiful game.
I like his asymmetric glove. What the heck? All right. Holy cow. It's exciting. Okay.
Everyone really just stepped up and it was great. People also went so above and beyond what I thought we were going to have time for that it actually turned out to be way better than I could have possibly imagined.
Wait.
Maybe the last or second to last day, the guys asked me, what do you think is going to happen afterwards? I was saying that, I'm a little depressed, honestly. Like, all these guys are going to go back to making video games, and I never will. And I so regret saying that now because you should really never say never. The Psychonauts team came to me, and they were saying, hey, would you like to work on this for a couple of months? And I, of course, said yes. I think the idea was initially that I would be on it 4 to 6 months, and now it's 2.5 years later, and I'm still working. What I know now compared to what I knew back then is staggering to me.
Being uncomfortable is good. If you keep doing the same safe things, you're just not going to realize your full potential or have new stories to tell. Sometimes you need a push or a big kick in the ass, and that's what it is.
Tim has created a culture here at Double Fine where it's okay to feel uncomfortable when you're pushing into something new. I never really felt like if I messed this up, I was going to be looked down upon or kicked out of the company.
That's what's unique about Double Fine. I've been at large studios where you're like a cog in a wheel because the machine is so big. But here, people are not pigeonholed into doing one thing. And that's why I think we generate so many great ideas.
Good ideas can come from anywhere. And we should always try and not just encourage that, but nurture it as well. So it's like one thing to say, sure, the video crew can pitch ideas, get up there and tell us what you're thinking, but to then follow through on that and collectively come together and support that person and teach them what they need to know is what makes the culture here so unique, just to keep people excited about their own ideas. We've all sort of grown up together here, and it makes me feel like I'm year to year making the right choice in staying here.
It's learning. It's all about learning. I want the company to be a celebration of creativity. Some people think, creativity is like a magic thing that only creative people can do, but I believe every single person in the world is creative.